Hey, it's Paul here from All Blokes Love Sneakers Too. You know me. This is episode 16, end of season 4. Bit of different today. We're going to do our old favourites. We're doing obviously Luke's stash. We do a bit of reminiscing in there about Luke's stash over the season. Joel's doing seal of approval as always. We get one approval, one non-approval. You can guess who gets the approval. Hey, the other thing we're doing is just doing a bit of review over the last 18 months. We've been here for almost 50 episodes. We thought we'd see what we've learned, what we don't know. And then we have a very bling rate, hate and debate to finish. You know where to join us. Check us out on YouTube. It's up there. We're also doing Spotify and iTunes and anywhere else you get your podcasts. Hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome to All Blokes Love Sneakers 2, episode 16, the final one for season 4. We had to bring back our originals. It's feeling a bit last dance-ish. I can see a Bulls singlet there, Joel. Are we going to make the championship?
I don't know, Paulie. I'm not happy with my contract. I haven't been for the last few years, to be honest. I feel like, I'm right up there and maybe one of the best players in the league right now because I'm playing with MJ. But I'm not getting my dues, so this might be the last one. Last episode, last season, last dance.
Producer Maxi Kraus, not happy with him. The contract's not there.
No, let's not have a go at the dead. Poor Jerry.
Crumbs.
Hey, so if he's Michael Jordan, you must be Scottie Pippen, Lukey.
No, he's Scottie Pippen. He just had a contract dispute. But luckily for him...
He's got 23 on.
Well, luckily for him, when he goes to hotel lobbies, there's women wearing trench coats and little else. As is his famed physical attributes, Scottie. Anyway, that's enough for me.
Okay. How are you, mate? You well?
Yeah, I'm really good. It's been a long day. It's the very last day of the financial year for those in that sort of mind frame. So it's been a very interesting one with all the business-related adjustments we've had to make with the COVID scenario. But hey, it's 1 week closer for everyone getting paid for claiming 50 grand on a home office. So something to celebrate. Hey, Joel, that's
what Joel's been doing. That's the shoes. The shoes are part of his expense.
Yeah.
That's his expense claim, the shoes.
That's it.
Hey, it's another venue for you, Luke. It's like every time we see you, it's a different part of the house or another house. Where are we at today?
Well, look, despite what people will say, I actually try to put a moderate amount of effort into my my on-video content. And after seeing Greg last week, which was, to me was what was coming from the speakers wasn't matching what I was seeing on the screen, and I was confused, I was conflicted. But it was great to see him, and I really enjoyed Greg's content, and I loved the interaction because Joel, I guess, managed to get in some things about me being really not able to jump over a piece of paper and some other things about my athletic prowess. But apart from that, if you watch closely, he tends to forget that he's on camera. So when Greg is saying things that are a little left of field, you can actually see his eyes roll.
Can I tell you about the conversation?
Back and watch our episodes. Story.
Hey, can I tell you about the conversation Joel and I had about the Jordan trainer that Mr. Our friend put on there, the Spike Lee inspired Jordan? Joel was all for it, and I was like, gee, I'm amazed. Joel loved these. These are fantastic. So I sent Joel they're at JD Sports. I said, hey, look, you can get these. He goes, no, I was only joking. I was just doing it for Greg's amusement. I was feeling sorry for him. I was like, oh my God.
Well, it did it. Look, I got to say, to be fair, I saw right through it, which is to Joel's credit. So he's not a very good at deceiving people. So that's one of his strongest qualities.
I'm a people first guy. You guys know that.
I don't like many people first. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always the first to that, Jolie.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a bit different tonight. We're going to do a couple of our amazing segments, as always. We're going to do a Lukey Stash. We're going to do a Joel's Seal of Approval. But we're just going to have a bit of a different segment in the middle. We're going to just talk about our journey, which is being the last, I suppose, season 4. And I think we're coming back in a different format when we come back. So, hey, anyone buy anything this week? I see Luke, a pair of sneakers there.
No, these are actually part of my 33-minute stash segment, and just to add a little bit of a colour to the frame. So I'm going to put those to the side. As far as buying anything this week, no, I had a few false starts. I'm still waiting for the top 3s to turn up, and I'm not sure if I mentioned that I got the metallics last time we spoke or whatever on the podcast. So I have those. There's quite a few shoes here that are either still in boxes or still have like paper stuff in them that I haven't worn. So I need to catch up because it got a little bit silly there for a little while, which we'll embellish on a little bit in our segment on what we've been doing for the last 18 months. And my short answer is buying shoes. So yeah.
What kind of metallics did you end up getting? Sorry, I don't remember. I think we might have talked about it.
I got I just got the regular release, whatever, orange ones in a size 13. So they're still, I haven't actually even tried them on. I hope that they don't have some sort of defective wear scenario, like a comfort issue. But, you know, there was a choice that they were, because we had multiple pairs here, and he was, and the resident reseller was saying, look, I'm going to send these back. And I said, no, I'll take them. So they weren't my first choice, but if they're sitting here, I'll take them. So,
nice.
You know, it is what it is.
Well, let's hope that the 4 metallics go both ways, right? They wear high, they wear big, and they wear small, because I might have got a pair of those as well, but I got 11 and a halves. So let's see if this 11 and a half. I bet sure that they fit like a 12, but when you ask the seller, that's probably not a good person to check with, right?
No, but I think you're going to be okay. Like, really, the only time you come unstuck was with those PGs, and that's because I think even if you wore thinner socks and wore those PGs and just wore them around for a little while, I think they'll come good. They're really hard to get into because they're a performance basketball shoe. So even my 12s, they feel tight, but you get used to it. And I've got, I don't know how many pairs of those I've got now, but I've got a couple.
Max will be disappointed because he was going to probably inherit those. He might inherit the metallic 4s if they don't fit as well. So he's got fingers crossed and toes crossed. What have you got, Mr. Cilia? Have you brought anything recently?
My metallics arrived too. I think within the time between the last episode and this one.
Yep.
But I ordered them a while ago. I got the purple ones.
Yeah, nice.
I got them from the States. I don't know if they were a general release. They certainly weren't as limited as the red ones, which were the ones that were near impossible to get. But pretty pleased to get the purple ones. I reckon they look great, and I have worn them. I wore them out to dinner the other night. And
your surprise birthday dinner? Is that your surprise birthday dinner?
Young Paulie at my birthday celebration.
Yes. Joel turned 35 again, so he did very well. It's good.
I don't mind admitting that I am fucking old.
No, they did look nice too. Back to the metallics, they look really good. They actually look good. That's what convinced me to chase those orange ones when I saw them come up. I think they're a nice 4.
Yeah.
They're a nice underrated 4. Hey, Lukey, you're going to be happy. I did some of your sort of shopping on Sunday. I went to the outlets. I went to the Nike outlet up in Bandura.
Bandura?
Yeah, Bandura.
Where's that?
It's one of the suburbs you can actually still go to at the moment. Its postcode's still open. You can actually go there. So that's just out.
What's that close to? Because I think I've been to all the different outlets.
Greensboro way. Greensboro, Mill Park, out that sort of way. So it's a bit
near the airport or nah?
Nah, totally other end of Melbourne. So
really?
up the Western Freeway.
And is it a DFO or is it just something?
It's called University Hill. So they have a big outlet. That's where Nike moved their big one.
University Hill, I've been there.
Yeah, that's where they moved their big operation when they used to be actually. Here's where we dated.
Oh, University Hill, yes. They have a Nando's there. They have a Nando's.
Yeah, the Nando's.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the only Nando's in Victoria. You picked it.
Yeah.
So I got myself a pair of runners, Lukey. I got a nice bargain.
Oh, come join the joyride.
Did $90.
Let me see the bottom.
They're worn. I wore them
Yeah,
out.
that's the best bit.
They're good. They're very cool.
Awesome. Come join the joyride.
Hello, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
Mm.
Hey, Gucci.
Hey, Gooch. Everyone's going to make an appearance. The last episode, we should have just brought everybody
You're a real video bomber, aren't you?
in. She loves it. She's taking your job. Hasn't she told you yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some bargains there, but it was a bit like hit and miss. There was a couple of good things.
Yeah.
Other stuff not bad. I think, yeah, it's one of those regular things. I forgot how regularly you've got to go to see them just to get a
You got to work. You need to work. And that's the beauty of geographic location. Plus, we've got the little bit of a connection. And it's like 5 minutes that way. So we just turns up. Luckily, Isaiah was able to get a load of fresh 720s.
Yep.
And they're very popular, so they do very well. So he's as soon as he gets them, you see him walking out and arms full of shoes, and as soon as they turn up, they're gone. So very popular 720s.
That's a good way of doing it, though. Yeah, I think it's one of the, like you said, it's a working thing. You got to be there pretty regular. You got to duck in and out. So. Hey, that's a good segue for us to finish off with a Luke stash. So I think I just teased it in. So hey, where's our little promo, Maxie?
Bring on the logo.
Woohoo! Here it comes. It's slow.
Yeah,
Max.
Hey! Yay! That's fantastic. Oh my God, what a
Looking
Worry.
looking,
We might change that when we come back. We might get something.
whatever you're doing, the home like body weight workouts, they're working for you.
You know, the thing about that picture is I've got a photo from when Francesca was a toddler on the beach, and Bridget took it, and we're all like, standing on the edge of the water, and I've all got like board shorts and everything, and Isaiah's there, the whole thing. And I know for a fact that when that photo went to print, I got the tool and just shaved down the side. Every time I look at it, Bridget goes, "Are you glad you photoshopped yourself as like a 30-year-old man?" So anyway, that needs some photoshopping, that thing. But anyway, my stash.
Yes, my man.
Now, the reason that I chose these shoes, just a little bit of background, because there was quite a lot to choose from, was the past 18 months that we've been doing this, and I've had the pleasure of meeting you guys and having you guys as friends, and really just opening my eyes to so many different things, shoe related, not shoe related, all different facets of what we've been up to and all the fantastic times we've shared. And I have purchased during our time together probably 50 pairs of shoes, I reckon.
Jesus.
Like probably 50 pairs. Like that's not an exaggeration. Because it's been 18 months, it's definitely more than one a week. So probably more than 50 pairs of shoes. And you fucks are completely to blame for it.
On you. Don't blame us.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
But out of all the pairs that I've got in that time, the pair that I was probably not as excited about, but turned out to be the absolute best were these shoes.
Yes,
and this is there they go, the Jordan 3.
Maxie's all over.
Yeah, they got a few different names. I guess, what are they? Red Cement, Retro SE, Fire, Red Cement. They've got a whole heap of different things. Anyway, I got the red laces in them at the moment. They're straight laced, but comparatively, once I sort of went down that path and I started acquiring Jordans, and I've acquired quite a few, from starting from only having, I think, maybe 2 pairs, and there's a lot more than that there now. Out of everything that I've got, even stretching into the 5s that Newman got me, and the off-white 5s, and the 3 pairs of 4s I've got, and the 10s and 6s, these are the best. No. I think they wear the best. They got the best combination of materials. There's just not glue hanging out on them all. They're just really nicely put together. These are absolutely fantastic. And so funnily enough, I think you can still cop these at retail. Like you can just basically just buy these from the shop. So if you haven't got a pair, like I'm actually speaking from something that I have a little bit of experience in, these are a fantastic tennis shoe, sneaker, basketball, Jordan 3 retro. They're a great wear. You can wear them all day, put together fantastically. They are, one of my favorite all-time shoes. So that's saying a lot because there has been a lot of shoes. So.
That's a big call. They were retail pickup for you as well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. And they've got, there's no Jumpman. They've got the Nike Air. They are really, really like above and beyond. These are, and they're both like, they are so far away from being the most expensive pair I bought. But they are definitely the best. Like, these are a clear favorite. So that's why they're my stash this week. And I'm curious to hear your guys' opinion on them.
Nothing but support from me. I'm really pleased to hear that. I can go back and remember that some of the first conversations we had during season 1, where Luke used to start every conversation with the function over form sort of, discussion about not needing to bend down to put your shoes on or tie your shoelaces up. Everything needed to be light and stretchy. And that's where the joke came out, right, from me about like my legs can handle the weight of an old retro Jordan.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm really, pleased that you've discovered the same thing is true about your 40-year-old legs as they are about my almost 50-year-old legs.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
I don't have.
I think I'm going to have to find a pair of those red ones, just as a tribute to you, mate.
I feel like I should go out and buy everyone these shoes because these are these shoes. I can't think of a. If I had to put it this way, if my collection all of a sudden was on fire and I had to grab a shoe, it might be this. It's like all things
after the kids and the dog, right?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. First pair of shoes he was talking about, not the first thing.
Yeah. No, but they're I don't wear them that much because I'm saving them basically. But yeah, they're awesome. I absolutely love them to death. The fire red 5s are close. I really like them as well. They've been a really good get, but they're not as good as these. So.
Maybe you need to go back to the old days. We used to buy 2 of things and keep one. Just keep one spare and just get one.
Yeah, well, there might be an opportunity. I'm not even sure. I mean, they keep coming up in Culture King ads and everything constantly. I keep seeing them. Hey, do you want to buy these? So I'm guessing they're out there. It surprises me because up close, some shoes, their production quality is not that fantastic, and these look $1 million. So I don't know why these are different from other ones. I don't know what the story is behind that, but they look like a premium shoe. Like they look like these could be sitting on the shelf of like a Louis Vuitton, and you wouldn't pick them up and know any different. Yeah. And that's not always the case because there is. Isaiah's got those blue. What are they? The blue and black ones that he got the other day. The flu game style. Are they 12s?
The Royals. The Jordan 12 Royals.
Yeah, and they've been legit checks, so they're actually genuine shoes. But fuck, I mean, they've got some defects.
Right.
They've got some. They're not consistent from sneaker to sneaker and all that sort of thing. And these are perfect. So there you go.
What 3s have you got, Charlie?
What's that?
What 3s do you have?
I've got the True Blue, which is the closest thing to the white cement, which was the one that is the famous Jordan wore in the 1988 dunk competition, which, you just can't buy them at resale. They're just, what are they, 1,500, 2,000, something like that. It's crazy. I wear the True Blues pretending that I've got the white cements. But I bought the black cements, and like you, Lukey, whenever I put those on, those things just feel absolutely golden. They're kind of a staple shoe that you can just kind of wear with everything.
Are they behind you?
Hey?
What's up? Are they on the shelf?
Yeah. I'm going to go reference the shoe.
So while you're doing that, Joel, hey, this is a good point, right? I think we talk about this a lot is, you know, Joel's talked about a 3 that you can buy that's more expensive than the originals. But the ones that Lukey's talking about are affordable, right? And they fit the whole thing and they've got this. And Joel's showing on our screen now his beautiful 3s. Joel, talk about those.
This is the black cement.
They're great.
These don't get worn very much, Lukey.
No.
You know, same reaction to these as you've had with yours, I reckon. These are real premium leather.
Great.
And comfortable and like, you know, just awesome nostalgia every time I put them on. So these are I don't have a lot of 3s. I'm more of a 4 man, which is why, Paul, I understand the sizing of the 4s. Yeah.
I know. I took a risk. I'm taking a risk here.
Taking a risk.
I know. That's what I told you. So what's going to happen is I'm going to get them. If they don't work, Maxie can have them. I'm just going to sell them to him. That's what happens. So you up the price a little. That's how reselling works.
Beautiful.
Yeah. They can sit in the house and you can just look at them, or you can pay for them. It's quite easy. It's going to be fine. Hey, tell us about the most. I suppose what we'll do is we'll merge our next segment because we were going to talk about our journey. It was probably something we want to talk about. We've been together for 18 months. You know, we started out. If you ever go back and listen to podcast number 1, and Greg mentioned this, I was trying to save that for this week, but Bill Simmons did it in his podcast. He goes, I went back and listened and they're horrible. And I actually listened to our first couple and I was terrible. So I'm apologizing for that. You know, you just don't know what you don't know until you start. So I think we've had a good journey. Hey, over the journey, what's the most expensive pair you brought, Lukey? And you too, Joel. You have to think about that while Lukey thinks about his.
The most expensive pair that I've bought.
It's a good podcast.
Yeah, it is. If I'd have known coming into it, I could have been prepared.
It's all right. Maxie can edit it out. No.
Dun, 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 dun,
It's going to be like reactionary. When you say it, it's going to be like bang, straight into it. So.
The most expensive pair I bought, I think I already had the Balenciagas coming in.
Yep.
So I didn't buy those during our tenure. Look, I will not go on the record and discuss the terms of our agreement with regards to those Off-White 5s, but they were by far the most expensive. I was not given those shoes for nothing. Put it that way.
No, I didn't mean the price. I just meant which one. I thought it was the 5s because I was thinking those.
Yeah. They're expensive, but I mean it's retained value, so I don't mind so much. You know, I'm enjoying them. Joel,
well, you've got something to show us. Look at you. You've got it like ready.
I'll go and find these. But you'll remember the moment, Paulie.
I do.
Oh, taxi!
Definitely, these are amazing.
Wow.
This one was a night Paul and myself and our lovely wives were out, and I had the goat out in front of me looking at it. I think they were about 700 or 800 at the time. And I just passed my phone to my wife and suggested that I might want to get these one day. And the gorgeous thing, she just swiped right. And about a week or two later, they appeared.
Yeah, and a Pakistani man called Sanjeev was a match on Tinder. Could you show me, please, the can I please know? I want to see the carbon fiber on the bottom because it's got the yellow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
These are very nice. These are great.
Oh,
that night, I don't think it was just him passing the phone. I think it might have been the few bottles of wine and the other stuff that had gone on that night.
It could have had something to do with it.
She thought she was calling an Uber. Do you
know what though? Neither of you, as far as I'm aware, and I can only speak for myself, but I don't have like a gambling problem. I don't like bet on loads of horse races and pokies and stuff like that. Like you guys are out drinking and you buy some shoes for $800, which don't immediately go to zero. What's the big deal? You know, you could have bought a bag of Coke for $800. I mean, really? I know there's a family show.
That was the other night. That was the night.
We go out with Paul and his wife. We end up spending that on the bottles of wine.
Bottles of wine. Terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know my most expensive purchase?
Lacoste.
The The metallic.
The Lacoste.
No. The metallics we just brought yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my most expensive purchase since we've been going. I've brought about 30 pairs, but I've always brought the cheapo, $90 adapts.
Yeah.
Because the couple I've got my eye on still are the Milans, so the Jordan 1 Milans. But
They're nice.
They're about $950 at the moment. They keep going the wrong way. So I should have got them at $650 when I saw them.
However, the most expensive pair you bought is not the most expensive pair bought for you.
Yes, I was going to say that, but I do have a pair that was brought for me.
Yeah.
Which I didn't buy, so I was talking about my own. So yeah, I got that pair of Gucci's that my lovely wife might have brought to me. So that was a very nice pair. But that was what I was going to say. It's got in my notes here. She's brought about 10 pairs that are more expensive than anything I ever brought from her. VJs? No, I'm joking. Bars. Gucci's to everybody.
Just curious with the Gucci's, did she buy them using your credit card? Or
We have the same money. It's all the same money.
Yeah, no, I understand the dynamics.
Actually, I'm going to claim it. I'm going to claim that mine. Yes, no.
Yeah.
But I've been like that. I don't, I know it's going to sound a bit weird, but I had Jordan 4s and 5s when I was growing up. So I loved them. And I think I'd get a couple of the ones you guys have talked about, but I don't know. I've always wanted to get different stuff. And I'm always, as you know, I love my SBs and I'm loving my Dunks at the moment. And there's a pair I've got my eye on in the rate, hate and debate. When we talk about that at the end, you can let me know if I should get them. We'll have a talk about those near the end. There's a pair at the end. You just tell me before.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a great idea. Those taxis of yours, like, it's a bittersweet seeing them because I love them. And having a pair myself that were a low in historical significance. Yeah, I had them and I bought them, and I bought them at the Foot Locker, and Khalees was there when I bought them, and I was all amped up to see her. She was buying all sorts of shoes, and and it was quite an event. And then to just start randomly mowing the lawn in them just seemed like such a stupid thing to do, and I regret it. I regret a lot of things about my sneaker ownership over the years, but that's one of the big ones. That and not holding on to all the Iversons. So, I'm going to make up for lost time, but they're on the list. Those shoes that you're holding there, they're on the list. So they're a must get. I will have a pair. They might be low. I'm not bothered. I don't mind a low Jordan. I know you don't really like them, Jolly, but I don't mind a low Jordan. But mistakes have been made. Big mistakes.
I want to see that YouTube video or that video of you in your taxis mowing the lawn. Some guy going, "Who the hell is this dickhead? Does he know what he's doing?"
Yeah. There's always time, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying our chat. I'm going to just throw to our mate Freddie, and then we're going to come back and talk afterwards. Don't want to keep going on this before we do some other stuff. So, hey, Freddie's going to join us, going to tell us what's coming up next week. Really enjoyed Freddie this year. He's given us some steals. He's also got us some things that we're never going to buy because they're way too expensive, but he lets you know what's there. So,
releases for this week. So first off, we have a Jordan 1 mid from the SE collection. So it'll be the multicolors, and they'll be releasing in women's sizes. The shoe features orange, purple, blue, and yellow panels throughout the shoe. So it's a fairly colorful shoe, and it will be releasing in women's sizes as well. These will be releasing at Culture Kings exclusively on the 10th of July, which will be in 8 days from when it's recorded. So 10th of July, and those ones will be released. They'll be fairly easy to get as well, and resale won't be too bad either, upwards of $50. So if you're looking to get multiple pairs to sell, go for it. But if you're going for a personal, it should be fairly easy to cop as well. And it will be online only as well. Same as other shoes I'm going to be mentioning throughout this section. So all the shoes will be online only. Next shoe is the Nike Adapt BB 2.0 in the white colorway. The shoe is just the second iteration of the Nike Adapt 1.0, made for basketball, of course, which is why it's BB. And this one will be releasing online only as well, in an all-white colorway with a small cement print throughout the shoe. So these will be at a fairly high retailing at $410. They will be releasing at Coach Kings exclusively as well, and they will be in men's sizes, size 7 to 12. So if you're looking to get them, definitely go for it. pretty expensive shoe to ball in. So recommend copying them if you're going for lifestyle. If you're going for them for balling, pretty expensive shoe, but I mean, you do you. So yeah, next shoe is another woman's shoe, the Jordan 11 Low Concord. These ones are just some Jordan 11 lows with the patterned leather lower on the shoe with navy patterned leather throughout the shoe. These ones are a take of the Concords, obviously with a navy blue instead of a black, and in a low top, and in a woman's exclusive. So these ones are released at Coach Kings as well, and of course online only. So that should be fairly easy to get as well. I do keep an eye out for restocks in other stores such as Foot Locker as well. And if you're looking to flip them, they should be resellable as well. You can make maybe $80, $90 each pair. But if you're looking for a personal, it should be fairly easy to cop as well. The last shoe for today is the Jordan 5, the Jordan 5 Alternate Grape. It's another take on the Jordan 5 Grape, which were originally released in the white colorway, then the black in 2013, and now coming in the purple. So these ones have an all purple upper, which is suede with aqua prints, and pretty much just follows the style of the Grape Jordan 5, which is one of the most classic 5s to release. This one will be releasing in men's size as well, sizes 7 to 13, as far as I know. But those will be releasing on the 10th of July as well. So all the shoes that I've mentioned will be on the 10th of July. I'm releasing online at the same time at 10 o'clock. So be ready for it. And they should resell as well. So people try popping these and try to resell them. But if you're looking for a personal, again, it should be fairly easy to cop. There's not too much hype on these at the moment, since it's releasing with 3 other shoes online. So definitely go for them if you want them. I recommend going half a size down, because Jordan 5s do fit big. So yeah, good luck with all these releases. If you guys are trying to cop them for personals, good luck. If you're trying to resell them, good luck as well. And they should be fairly easy cops for this week. So it's a pretty big lineup for this week. And all these shoes I'm mentioning will be releasing on Culture Kings on the 10th of July. So if you want further info for that, head to Culture Kings online store and go in the release section. And they'll give you a lot more info for those. But yeah, good luck with those shoes. They should be fairly easy to buy. And if you ever need stuff, we always have most of these shoes at Creased Up Kicks on Instagram. And if you're ever looking for info and trying to learn how to resell, or you're pretty far into reselling and just need tips and tricks and how to get it going, we do have all this information on SolarSys. So you can follow us on Instagram, send us a DM. It is a paid group, but if you're keen to join, it's $180 a year. Just send through a DM and we can sort you out, easy as that. And yeah, all these shoes, you'll get this info. You get exclusive info on releases, shock drops, online, in-store, everything you need to know, how to make some money reselling and how to get started. So if you guys ever need anything, just hit us up at SolarSys or Creased Up Kicks. And we do have a new custom account where we'll be doing exclusive one-on-one customs to you guys as well. So great way to get a personal, unique pair. And that's it for this week. And I'll see you guys next week. Good luck for all the releases.
All right. Thank you, Freddie. As always, very insightful. Joel wants to make sure you pick up. Joel, did you want to say something to Freddie?
I'm looking forward to a great new pair of shoes, Freddie, and that massive discount you keep suggesting. So, thank you.
Some fear of gods, mate. There's a fear of gods with your name on it.
Yeah, just anything.
You're gonna get a Supreme. You're gonna get a Supreme kit.
Yeah.
Nah, that's all right. Freddie's doing well. I'm happy for him.
Freddie is doing very well.
He's doing brilliantly.
So just before we kicked off to Freddie, we were just talking about the last 18 months. Got some stats here. We've done just under 50 episodes.
Woo.
Oh,
Tired.
Tell me.
That's like our age, Paul.
Oh no! I was going to say we should have done it to finish at our age, about 32, Joel. So we should have done that. Tell me something that you've really liked about the last 18 months. Joel, you can go first. We'll give Luke some thinking time before he falls asleep.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I've got a similar story to Luke. I reckon that I've spent the majority of the last 18 months just accumulating shoes. I would kind of talk about the the addition of Jordan shoes to my collection, but it's not really a deviation from where my head was at. So what's happened though is that I've been able to share it with you guys. So I guess the unexpected thing for me was discovering that something, and this is something that we talked about before on the podcast, we talk about it many times, is that, just, the idea of having a hobby that we can share and we can talk about it, and we found friendship through it. I just really value that as someone who is generally in a corporate environment, and most of the people that I work with are all following each other's dreams and doing the same thing that everyone else does. What do you want to do with your life? I want to live in the right part of town and build a great house and have a fantastic renovation and own a BMW.
I want to have
you know the story, right? Yeah. But there's something quite cool about like not following the normal sort of situation here, and being okay with the fact that we want to enjoy reminiscing, enjoy our youth, share it with each other. We're all sort of conscious about the impact that spending money on shoes has on income and family, and talking to you guys has got me to understand that you guys are all family first, dads, protectors, providers. Paul's got a little bit screwy face there, may or may not be true. Luke, you know what I'm talking about.
He was out of work for 12 months, and at that point,
that's right.
The whole thing.
Yeah, we can't really add him to the list.
Had to be family first. It was forced on me.
That's right. No, but I've enjoyed sharing it with you boys, and I think that's the point. And it's for me, and I'm sure it has been with you guys, it's become a conversation with other people. So what you see on this screen is, with the exception of this, this is my video conferencing screen that my colleagues and so on get to see, and they get a little bit of insight into what makes me tick. And it's a for me, it's about being real and not hiding it, and it's cool. I enjoy it. So
very nice. Lukey, how about you?
I think well, Joel made some very good points there, but the thing is about going into this, and Joel and I, like, to be fair, we were reluctant coming into it.
True.
We had to really twist Joel's arm to get him to come back around, and I was enthusiastic and intrigued, but I really didn't think, like, what people probably don't understand, the guys that are watching the show and keeping up with this, is we genuinely talk like every day. Like, we have talked since this started. I don't think a day's pretty much gone past that we haven't talked to each other or WhatsApp or whatever. Like, it's, and we talk about shoes a lot, but like over the course of time, the last 18 months, like being able to meet you guys in person, talk to you guys online and everything, we have so many common interests, so many commonalities that run through sort of our life stories and everything, but we're completely different as well. So the beauty of it is that we've been able to communicate openly, be ourselves, and we don't have to worry about the problems, the challenges that some guys our age in this country might face, where we come into it and say things that, I would start speaking because that's what I think you guys want to hear. And we don't talk like that. We talk like how we say whatever. If I like something and Joel doesn't like it, he says, I don't fucking like it. And it's the same back this way. And we both give shit to Paul because he's an easy target. But you know what I mean? But you guys, like, you don't have a big chip on your shoulder because you're accomplished individuals that have a lot of things going for you. There's a lot of positives. And we don't, all these things that have happened nationally with all the race stuff and all this sort of thing, we don't even address it because it's not that it's not an issue to us, but it's like, it's not something we have to compensate for because it's like, no shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's the way that our lives have been. because we grew up around NBA basketball. So to me, like automatically, you come from that space, you don't carry prejudices. It's just, you don't. It's just normal. It's just everybody's just the same. You know, can you hoop or can't you? Do you like shoes? Do you like this? You know, are you a genuine person? And that's the thing about it. Like, you guys are some of the most genuine, sort of down-to-earth, cool guys I've ever met. I've learned so much from hanging around with you guys for the last 18 months. It's been nothing but a positive experience.
That's cool, man.
I think if you really touched on it, Luke, it's people, right? I think that's one of the things that really struck me is, you know, we started this, we didn't know what we were doing, we sort of played around with it. We thought we'd do some interviews, and those people just give their time, right? No one we've ever reached out to has said, no, don't want to do it, all right? As soon as you get them, you know, from, you know, Corey Homicide to Josh Boone to all these people that, you know, they don't need to give us the time of day. We've got, you know, a couple of hundred people who might follow us and that sort of stuff, but everyone just, and that's what I really like about the sneaker community. I didn't realize how good it was, right? No one here is going, hey, we're going to step on everybody else to go up. You know, there is a couple of resellers we won't mention that we don't really like because we think they're a bit, you know, for themselves. Or even the resellers, you know, they're looking to make a little bit on them. But that's what I've really liked about this community. I think you two really have embraced that for me. You know, we can talk. Yeah, Luke and I have an argument every now and then. You should see some of the offcuts that we've had. They're really good.
We have an argument. I get yelled at. More to the point. But some, look, like, to be fair, I and a lot of times deserve to be yelled at. So it's like, it kind of is what it is.
But that's the thing, like, haven't we? We've got that relationship that, yeah, I'll finish and I'll go, oh, fuck, I just yelled at Luke again. Like, Jesus, what am I doing? But then you and I will talk the next day and it'll be like, yep, nothing was wrong. Right? I've apologized a couple of times, but we just go on, right? And I think that's what's been great. I'm not apologizing for the last one. That was really warranted. I'm not going to. And you know, the other thing I've learned is I can't pronounce a single word that's not three letters. Balenciaga, VJ, you know, what else have I had? It's just
NBA,
every single one.
NBA, you got troubles there.
I just say NBL. Is that not the right one? You know? But that's what we do, right? We go, hey, that's great, and Paul just screws it up, and then you two just go, don't you mean this? And I go, no, I meant my thing. My thing was way better. The first one I used to say, easies.
Oh, man, it still does my head in.
I know you love it. That's why it comes out.
But, you know, on the show, just on that, we've managed to do 50 episodes or whatever it is. We talk for that much, and outside of that, I think we've spoken about Yeezys probably like 0.000.1%, and usually in sneaker culture and people that are talking about that sort of thing, that's what they talk about. They talk about the you know, the release, and it doesn't interest us. We have a 90s basketball heart, and it sort of goes from that. Not saying that we exclusively speak about that, but that's where we are. That's where we're from on the inside, and then you know, we like other things and we all have different tastes, but we're not chasing the hype by any means. So it's genuine. I like it.
And that's what I was going to say, Joel. I think that's probably our thing, isn't it? That if I like something, you're going to say you don't like it. Luke sometimes likes stuff, and that's okay. But that's what this whole thing's about. It's not, hey, we all have to like the Air Jordan 1. We don't all have to like Luke's buddy BB adapts. You know, it's just, it's what we like, and we all talk about it. I think that's been really important, don't you think?
Totally. When we started this, you spoke to me about coming on the show and just expressing my point of view about the Jordans, and that we all had a different point of view. And I remember being really conscious of being supportive of all of those different points of view early on, and it was almost like it was like a real thought, you know, like, how do I say something nice about that terrible pair of fucking shoes, you know? Like, but as it's going on, honestly, as it's gone on, like you read more and more about the individual. Like any culture has a subculture, right? There's always like a point of view within a point of view. And I've really like learned about you guys, and I've learned about all the other guests that we've had on the show. And it makes you respect people who are just interested in like any hobby. I mean, for us, it's sneakers, and, you know, for some people it's Yeezys versus Jordans, and for other people it's, you know, whatever, skater shoes or whatever. But like, it doesn't even have to be that. Like, I just appreciate people who are into something, and it's got personal value to them, and because of that, it makes them happy and they want to share it. And I think there's something, you know, pretty cool about being open enough to not hide it, because I feel like lots of people want to hide that sort of shit these days.
And I think that's what we've done, right? And at the end of this episode, I know I've already done this to Max. He's not happy with it. We're going to put up everybody's name who's been on an episode. You know, they're going to be up at the end, anyone we've talked to on an interview, so you'll get that names up just to show you how diverse our range has been, right? And so, you know, there's a couple of really important people that we've talked to. Like I said, Corey Homicide was amazing with his time for us. He's doing so many other things. And, you know, from Tom Wilson to Evan, our barber, that Joel and I go and see, everyone just wants to come on, right? Because I think we provide that, you know, environment where you can just talk about your stuff, right? You don't come on and say, hey, Jordan's the only thing we talk about because Joel, that's the only thing he wants to listen to. He'll listen to your stuff and go, yeah, I don't rate it. That's weird. And, you know, and that's where we're at. So I think that's what I think I've got from it, stuff that we've done over the last 18 months. Go, Lukey, I'm going to let you wrap up because it's almost time to move on, but I'll give you a minute. How's that?
Okay, two things. One, when I was looking for your Josh Boone interview, I looked on YouTube and typed in Josh Boone. One of his highlights is him getting absolutely fucking dunked on so badly in the NBA. And whoever did it escapes me. It might have been Dwight or someone, but they tore him a new one. But all power to him. He was there to get dunked on. I was. So shout out to Josh. But I mean, there's some fantastic names. Gibbo, having him there, Homicide, and then having you know, my favorite guest, Tom Wilson, having him on was fantastic. It was a great. I enjoyed that so very, very much. I'd still be talking to him now if I had the chance. That interview would still be going. But with all those guys that we've had come through the door, and girls and little kids and people from all sides of the globe, who's been your favorite guest? You got to pick one. You've spoken to them all. We've spoken to various ones, but you've spoken to them all. So who's been your best guest? What have you enjoyed the most?
You know, there's one which is a bit. I liked having the kids on. You know,
Yeah.
We had Frank and we had a couple of the other kids on. I liked that because they were just so genuine, right? And I liked that they picked on Greg the whole time, but it was just, you could see that they loved the shoe, right? And they were just so open with it. And, you know, Frank jumped on before. We just love that sort of stuff. I think that's really cool. I really like talking to, geez, there's a few here. I think, you know who I really liked? I really like Dexter. Dexter the Destroyer, as to call him, Dexter the Gator. Yeah. You know, I've done an interview with him just recently. He's such a genuine kid, right? He's like 24 years old. The kid is amazing, right? I look back when I was 24 and I was like, I was never like this, right? It was only like 10 years ago, I know, but I was never like that, right? Joel smirks because he knows it was 12 years ago. But I think he was really good. And also our friend Johnny Trotter, Johnny Kicks, right? He's another guy. I can call him whenever I need to and he'll jump on. Right, and he's doing some amazing stuff. So, and but every guest, like I said, that's why I said to Max, I want to see every guest. I want to put their names up at the end just to recognize everybody that's helped us in some little way, right? And the three of us, I think we've talked about this, Joel and you and I and Lukey. You know, we talk this stuff anyway. We don't need to record it. You know, and it was great for the first bit, and that's why we'll probably change it up when we come back. And we're going to take a little bit of an extended break, but when we come back, we'll change it up a little because this is sort of, you know, what we do anyway. So I think people are sick of us talking about our stuff. Hey, it's a good question. Thanks for the question without notice, Luke. I hope I got that.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to finish with the Joel seal of approval. They've been a bit testy lately. Did you see last week's, Luke? I missed out.
I did. I enjoy watching shows with Greg so much just because he's got the dominant personality. He's got a strong view. And watching him enjoy those Mars 270, I mean, that's got to be a season highlight to me. What do you think about the Mars 270, Joel? And Joel's like, they're great. I'm like, fucking Joel.
But they were the seal of approval. The seal of approval was the Agassiz.
And to be fair, that was so great the way that Greg pulled him out and everything. He had a pair. That was an amazing segment. And I saw those. I straight away started looking for them online. I'm like, give me.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
Totally.
I don't know that he should have paid, even though they're a good get. I don't know if he should have paid $70 for any op shop shoes. He probably should have bargained a little bit. I think that's an op shop record for shoes, $70. Regardless, they're amazing. They're so cool. They're so fly.
Put on the wall, op shop record sale.
Yeah. 69. Greg 69.
Would you like to go first or second, Luke? Look, I'll give you the chance.
Look, once bitten, twice shy. I'm going to go second. Thank you very much. And I'm going to stay quiet during my segment. I've got nothing to say.
So last week I went back to picking my own shoe, right? This week I've gone out and got some help again. So I've gone out to some people I know who can get me something. So what I've got this week is, hey, so we talked about Jordan a lot. We do that sort of stuff. There was another guy in that era, Joel. He used to play for Atlanta Hawks. What was his nickname? Human Highlight Film. Do you remember him? Neek. Mm-hmm. So I've got something from the old Neek collection. Let's bring them up, Maxie. So I've got these. And they come up.
On these. Yeah, look at that. 21 ERS.
You're screwed.
Wow. Wow. They are so cool. Oh, man. They get my seal of approval. Screw Joel.
So you know what the best was this? When I looked these and I found these, I actually did get given these by one of our listeners, which I'll reveal later. I started watching the commercials for them. The commercials are the best. The neat commercial for the Omni. He was so awkward. The guy, could do everything on the court, didn't want to talk. It was like amazing. So these are a rare find. I looked them up. You can get them, I think, on eBay. Oh, no, was it eBay? No. Yeah, it was. About $680 US at the moment.
Oh, really? Damn.
That's almost worth it, They
are so cool. Look at that ERS energy.
Isn't that just like the perfect colorway?
Look at that.
That's awesome, man. It's 21.
If they were in all Atlanta Hawks colorway, like the red and the yellow, that would just be foul. But that's just fire.
But that's what they did, right? I think they did that on purpose. If they had had that as that colorway, the black changes it up totally. So what do we think about Joel? What do we think about the Neek Omni?
They're awesome. They're awesome. This is what happens when there's a little bit of like consideration and effort,
Hey, I've got to thank
you. That Dominique.
Done that anytime.
Did you know Dominique ordered a whole heap of soup from a guy and never paid him, and then he punched him at the face at the Omni Center one year? Did you know that he had 12 kids unwed? No.
If you had said he went and played for Boston Celtics, that's enough.
Wow. Hey, remember, he played Dominic Wilkins in his sort of prime, played in Greece.
Oh, that's right.
He played for the Clippers as well.
Well, yeah, he played for the Clippers, but didn't he? He played for Greece after San Antonio, right? So he was not prime.
No. It was before.
Oh, he had a little.
He came back and played for the Spurs. I'm sure of it. He played.
He just needed some sunshine.
He just went and played in Panathinaikos.
Now you say that.
Yeah.
That was his. Yeah. Jordan, that was his Jordan retirement. Had to get out of the country for a bit.
He went and played in Saganaki.
But
what do we think, Joel?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a definite seal of approval, Paul.
Right.
Absolutely.
Can I just say Evans batting 2 for 2 because that was Evans.
There was no doubt. There was no doubt. Right. I spoke to him. He cut my hair the other day, and I said to him, "Paul thinks he's on a good thing here. He thinks he picks up any pair of shoes that's been recommended by him, and he's going to get me."
Can I ask you something, Joel? Your barber there is doing a great job with the hair. Could you, if you give us the profile shot or the silhouette, or what do you call it with the side on? What's that called? That one?
Profile.
Is it the profile, Paul? The profile shot? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Did you go in and ask for the Brett Rainbow? Is that what that is? Or
looks like he's got a mohawk, hasn't it? I've been trying not to mention it the whole episode.
You guys are from Melbourne. You know who Brett Rainbow is, don't you?
Could dunk it a little bit for a white dude.
He was in the dunk contest for the Melbourne Tigers. He came off the bench and did some slam and jams. But yeah, you and him look a lot alike.
He had the faux hawk on.
Well done. Well done, Luke, for picking that up. You're a good friend.
Yeah,
Shit
yeah.
friends like me.
Yeah.
Go out
Paul,
for dinner with Joel. Don't pick up his hair at all.
Just on the Dominique thing, so he played all those seasons, 93, 94. So from 82, 83 to 93, 94, all the way through in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Then he played in the Clippers for 25 games, then went to the, because he got traded for Dame Manning.
Oh, okay.
And then he went to the Celtics. Then he legged it, went to Greece. Then played for the Spurs. Then went to Italy. Then played for the Magic. 27 games at age 39.
Wow,
And he did not shoot very well that year. But regardless, yeah, he was. He's got some big numbers. Basketball reference.
All right, Lukey. It's your go, mate.
I don't know what these are called, but basically it's a theme. So you can exchange these for any equivalent of the time. These are 1-888 Sky Flex, but you know exactly what these are. These are a popular mid-90s edition for any teenager that's looking to slam and or jam. And there's actually that famous Seinfeld episode. Well done to the producer for securing that footage. Man, they're a lot worse than I thought they were. Yeah, and that's that famous episode where Kramer's got the shoes on and then ends up having to speak at a disabled convention. And these are exactly what you need to get you past a backboard tap and into a thunderous one-handed slam and jam.
What brand are those? That's like
well,
real...
these are Skyflex, but I'm going with a generic any shoe with the propulsion system. Will fit under the same banner.
Joel?
I don't really know where to start. I'm feeling confused. It's not really a sneaker, Luke.
Look, if you look at it quite closely, it's very clearly a sneaker. As you wear it in doing sporting activities, and it's something on your feet. So it's not a glove.
Yeah.
All right. It's not a hat. It's a shoe. And it's highly relevant given the subject matter, because I don't know if you guys did you do the ankle weight thing? Did you do some other sort of training?
I didn't need to, Luke. I could just dunk.
Oh, really? Is there video evidence to support this? Anybody?
No.
That's why we're ending the podcast. We're going off to do jumping.
It was before television. It was before video. It was before Beta and VHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and
anyway,
I remember seeing these things in magazines.
Yeah. You had to send away for them.
Like Slam magazines and no, it was probably even before Slam magazines. But yeah, I always used to be intrigued. To be honest, I was always really keen to get a pair of these things.
That's right.
Yeah, because you just never know how high you could go, and all of the ads, like when you started to see video advertisements on these things, it was always some guy that was like the same height as Spud Webb.
Yep.
Or probably was Spud Webb, just with some sort of mask on.
With a Trump mask on, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's a cool find. Bloody cool find.
Yeah, so where are we at with it?
He's going to lean down gently here, I can see.
He's shaking his head. Look, it's disappointing because I didn't even go online. I went to paper research. I actually went through. I took my time.
Effort in. Yeah.
I pulled magazines out. That's why you can see from my original shot, that wasn't taken off the internet. That was me flicking pages, looking for something.
Really?
I went from and one Thai cheese to some more Tracy McGrady action. There was some Sprewell, some Dadas. There was a Jordan branded Timberland, but I couldn't use it because it was Jordan, so I didn't. I excluded that. There was a lot of different things, and I thought if ever there was going to be something that was going to take your fancy, because I know you just had a birthday. Obviously, you're getting on. to put it nicely. And you love, you love fitness. You do a lot of cycling. You're in tune with your body, and I thought that it would actually probably bring back some memories of a time when you were trying to, vertically dominate the scene, but apparently not. So more fool me.
No, it's okay, man. You were wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I was pretty badly wrong.
It is. I mean, we've been through this before.
Yeah, well, I'm glad this is over. It's horse shit.
All right. So, disapproval, Joel?
That's a disapproval.
All right.
That's it.
Done. All right, gentlemen. We're going to do our last rate, hate, and debate. I said there's a pair in here that I'm interested in, so I'll need your opinions. I won't give you what the category is just yet. So we'll do the first one. So it's a pair of Dunk SBs, lows. Let's get these up, Max. All right.
Paris.
Yes, the Parises. All right. So release for the White Dunk Evolution of an Icon art event in Paris. With that in mind, the Nike Dunk SB Paris had only 202 pairs released, making them extremely hard to get your hands on. That's an understatement. Sadly, the Paris Dunk did not release at the exhibition because of so many people waiting for them. Be spewing if you went there to get them, right? Hey, so these have got a price tag of about 131,000.
Woo!
US too. So I'm not sure. What do you think, guys? Luke, do we rate or hate the SB Low Paris?
I did a bit of research on these, and I don't know that all sizes will run you 131,000.
No.
But regardless, they're still car money, whatever they are. They're still they're nice car money. So I never understand any of this, so I'm gonna have to say hate. I wouldn't buy those dunks if they were $200. So not saying I would, if they were just a plain dunk and they'd released 1 million of them in that color or whatever, it's just not my deal. I'm not very good at kick flips.
Good point. So it's a hate from Lukey. Joel?
Yeah, I think it's hard to rate them with the knowledge of the price tag, right? So if I just kind of look at them as a shoe, I think they're a cool shoe, and if it was a custom design, they look like a premium build, and you can kind of definitely see the quality of them. But just price aside, I'd still go for a hate. That just because it's not my scene. It's a bit sort of I don't know. It's a bit out there. Not that I'm not, but it's just a bit not Jordan OG. But
I think.
Yeah, I'm with Lukey. I just like, I see something like that and I hear that price and I just think that's ridiculous. Like that's not even a price that is actually materializing in a sale. Like that's just a fucking price for the sake of it being like just for the sake of it pushing the price of other shoes up. Like that's just a stupid price.
Definitely. I think that's going to be a bit of a theme tonight, because I think we've got the three most expensive pairs we could find for rate, hate, and debate. Look, you're going to be surprised. I'm going to hate these too.
What?
But different reasoning. They're not a nice colorway. You're right. Right. And we've talked about the only reason you'd rate them is because of the 202 pairs, right? That the only reason I'd want them is it's a collector's piece, right? And we've talked about that. We don't collect shoes. We wear shoes.
Right.
So that's just on the shoe aesthetic alone, you wouldn't rate them. You don't like
your taste.
It reminds me of Ben and Jerry sort of stuff. It's that gimmicky sort of colorway.
Right.
It's that sort of thing. So,
Ben and Jerry.
So that's what it reminded me of when I saw it this morning when I was looking to do my research. I went, I get it. They're awesome. I'd love to have a pair. You give them to me, I'm not going to say no, right? But again, if I'm looking at $130,000 for something, I'm not buying a pair of runners to put in, because you wouldn't be wearing it, right? You just wouldn't wear it. It wouldn't make sense to wear this pair. This would be a pair you definitely wouldn't wear. And you couldn't flip them, like we were saying. What are you going to flip them for, 132,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yes. Go, Lukey.
Are you enjoying the Merlot LeBron?
Anyway.
All right. So that was 3-8.
I'm not even. I'm not even.
Do you want me just to stop? You guys chat. We'll go ahead and finish.
This is what we do, man. 500,000 episodes.
Right.
This is what we do.
Let's bring up the next year. Let's get back on track here. Hey, we've got a Jordan 4.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about Jordan
Ooh,
4
yeah.
Retro. Joel, which one is it?
I got some of them.
This is the Eminem and Carhartt.
It is. All right. Eminem's most coveted sneaker collaborations. This limited edition Carhartt Air Jordan 4 was made exclusively for select family and friends of the Detroit rapper back in 2015. And then they auditioned off, 10 additional pairs were auctioned off on eBay. Retailing at the moment for about $33,000. Joel, so we rate 8 4s.
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Yes.
I do rate these shoes. Like, you know, I'm just right off the bat. Again, putting the price aside, forget that they're $33,000. Let's assume for a moment that they're, I don't know, a resale price, $600. Yeah, I'd do that. For those shoes, I'd do that. I mean, there's one thing that's classic about these things is that you've got the Carhartt M&M logos on the heel.
That's my favorite.
And they're just a beautiful colorway. So yeah, if I could get those at a decent price, there's no question.
So 29,000 yours, mate. You're in.
Not on your life.
28. We'll go all the way down. We'll go all the way down to 600. You go, yes. Okay, cool. Lukey, what do you reckon?
I think I've got 4s for now. I think I've got enough.
Good to see that 18 months ago. Good job.
Otherwise,
I got the cool greys. I got the winters, and I got the what's the name ones now? The metallics. And I'm not a big black shoe fan because of the slowness aspect.
that's right.
So
Racial, man.
yeah, no, I'm gonna. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say no to them, but in this context, you've got to be either all the way in or all the way out. So I'm all the way out. It's a hate.
Nice. See? Look at that. I love it. I rate these. I love Eminem. He used to be one of my favorite rappers. If you got these, again, price aside, we're not paying $3,000. We've put that off. And I don't have enough Jordan 4s. I've only got one pair of metallics, Lukey, so I need to get another pair.
Maybe you
And
do.
I'll take these.
Maybe you do. Yeah, maybe you'll be able to wear them.
Yeah, I'm going to wear these ones too. Yeah, we'll wear them. But you know what I love about these, you couldn't see it on the picture, is that what you said, Joel, on the back with the M&M logo.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool in the car.
That's really cool.
They are cool. So that's a rate from me. So 1 hate, 2 rates. Look at us all over the place. All right. Third rate hating debate. I'm laughing because the story with these are hilarious. Joel, do you want to tell this story about these or should I? About our producer,
What
Maxi.
we're dealing with.
About our producer, Maxi. So this
Nice. So these are, just for context, this is a pack that comes with the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 8
yes.
player edition Kobe Bryant colorway. And they were made famous more so other than just being a player edition because Kobe Bryant wore them in Michael Jordan's last game, the 3. I don't know when he wore the 8. Last game, between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Yes.
So absolute tribute to his great big brother. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Young Maxi, our producer, saw an image similar to this on GOAT and thought he was looking at one pair of one Jordan and one Kobe shoe. I.e., you would wear them together. I corrected him and just highlighted that actually he was looking at 2 pairs of Jordans and that it was a pair of shoes, two pairs of shoes, not one pair of shoes. To which Maxi, bless him, we love you, Maxi. He said, I really like the idea of wearing odd shoes.
Odd shoes. Yeah.
So we're down with that now. So whatever we do tomorrow, boys, I want you both to wear a pair of shoes that do not match.
We've already talked about it, Maxie and I, today. You know, the other bit too was, Joel, was when he said he still thought one of them was a Kobe. Still thought the bigger one with the 8 was a Kobe Bryant and the 3 was a Jordan. So
yeah.
Max, as you can see, Maxie's learned a lot in the 18 months we've been here.
Yeah.
It's been great. He's really picked it up. Hey, let me just give some details before we rate these. This is another pack that was never released to the public, only given to select family and friends, and then special charity auctions that include the black collection. So they've got a black colorway. This pack, the price we've got for the size we looked up was about $72,000. Lukey, do you want one of each of these?
Under normal circumstances, I'm not a Lakers fan, and I don't really dig those colours and everything, but just the connection between Michael and Kobe and the fact that they just picked 2 pairs of shoes that were sort of like not the obvious choice, which I really like the 3s and then the 8s. Like, it just seemed, it's just like a bit creative to me. Like, it is kind of nice. Like, I don't think that, you know, if you're picking 2 pairs of J's, would you pick those 2? I don't think most people would. And I just think that they really pull off the colors really well. They look really unique and fantastic. And I would, insane values excluded, I would love to have a variation of either of these shoes. Like, I really, really, really dig them. I think they're fantastic. So no, I rate them.
Nice. Joel, what about yourself, man?
Oh, absolutely rate these things. I'm just all about that relationship between Kobe and Jordan. I think there was something really special going on there, and anything that kind of brings those 2 guys together, I think is absolutely worth it. So, you know, I'd probably consider these in a little bit different context to the conversation that we were having with some of the others in terms of price. Yes. Not to say I would pay anything like that sort of money.
Sarah's having a heart attack right now.
Would I pay a premium for that pack? Yeah, I would.
You pay 5 for those.
5,000.
Yeah, maybe, you know, in better days, just, you know, a week after bonus time, maybe that's a reality, Lukey.
18 months ago, when he hadn't brought all the other pairs, he could have got them. That's a rate from you, Joel?
That's a rate.
That's the rate from me. I don't need to say any more. You guys summed it up. I think we've got this right. You know, colorway is great. You know what got me with these 2? There was 2 stories. The relationship you saw on The Last Dance. You know, just that Jordan had this thing about this young kid from the Lakers is coming, amazing. You could see he'd had something there with him. So I think this is a really good crossover, right? Other players have tried to do that Jordan crossover that hasn't worked. And I'm reading a book called Relentless, Tim Grover's book. So the trainer for Jordan, right? Interesting book, right? But there was one bit that I just read the other day so he started training Kobe. Obviously, Kobe wanted to get Tim Grover. And Kobe relayed this story. He relayed this story about that, you know, Kobe is the leader. He's the cleaner of his team. Dwight Howard rings him, right, just as he joins the Lakers. Dwight rings him and goes, hey, Kobe, I'm here. I'm 75%. Kobe goes, that's great, mate. We need you 100%. We're winning championships here, and hangs up. That's the whole story. It's like, I don't need a 75%. I need you at 100% too. We're not here for fucking around. It was just like, and that's that mindset. So I think the link between these 2 is more than we noticed. Yeah, so I think that's what I like about it. You know, I wouldn't have picked this a couple of months ago, the Jordan-Kobe relationship, but I think it's really been solidified by The Last Dance. So it's really good. So 3 rates, folks. Good way to finish off. Right. We know how we finish off. We normally have a final word. Hey, Lukey, let me give you the first final word. What have you got to say? What have you learned over the last 18 months, my friend?
Well, if we, you know, over this little hiatus, I am going to miss the opportunity to sit down once or whenever it is a week and catch up on video for an extended period. And the longer, the better, because every minute we spend here is a minute I'm not spending with my lovely wife. And I know she appreciates the separation this time of weeknight. So that really, I love that. But
marriage stronger, right? Makes your marriage stronger.
To be fair, like coming into this, I didn't have a lot of creative aspects or even creative thoughts in my head. The way I sort of lived my life, like it was all, I often just look at things from like a business perspective or a values perspective. And I used to think those ways. And when I used to imagine things, it was planning and everything like this. But what this has done, this experience with you guys, is it has broadened my horizons incredibly. And I have thought of things from a different perspective. Like I literally, before we even started, I didn't have any social accounts or anything like that. Now it is sort of coincidence that I brought along the car thing, but there's just the familiarity of it and the understanding and just the fact that there is more than one person that shares my interests is something that I probably didn't realize as much until I had this experience. So it's been eye-opening. For someone that knows everything, I've learned a lot.
Yes, thank you, mate. Hey, that's perfect. I love it. Joel?
I think similar to Luke, the feelings about being able to connect on something creative has been really cool. So quite genuinely, for most 40 somethings, particularly guys, I feel like even actually probably more so in this country, in Australia, we are quite bound up by the need to look and act like everyone else and be conservative and not let our true expression out. And I feel like culture is a true expression of stuff that sits inside of us, whether it be, just reminiscing what it felt like to be young and expressing that through sneakers, or getting involved in art or design or fashion or whatever your thing is. There's been a bit of a like exploring that with you guys, which has been really cool. And I want to continue to do that. And what I heard today was that, we all enjoy not just the conversation with each other, but we look to try and help other people to recognize that that's actually something that they could do for themselves. And it's got nothing to do with sneakers.
No.
That's got nothing to do with sneakers. That's just about let go of your shit and allow yourself to be who you are.
Excellent. That's very beautiful. It's actually great. Both you are fantastic. I think that's one of the things I've got. I wrote down, I seem to be the only one who writes stuff down. I just realised you two just come and wing and I write stuff down. I'm the research. This is not me. Normally someone else is doing this for me. I think it was just being ourselves. That was my first thing when I thought about this. And you know what? It shows how long we go now, right? If someone gets to the end here and you get to hear this, I'm sorry, it's probably over an hour and a half. But hey, that's just what we've got. We've got so comfortable. We can talk this stuff. Maxie hates it because, he's got so much editing to do. But you can see us grow, right? You hear us in the first couple of seasons. We were scripted. Now we have a loose script. And I think that's something that's really got for me. And we're just ourselves, right? We're just who we are. We just come on here. We bring someone else on, And I said to Joel last week, getting Greg on is such a different experience, right? And then we had, when we had Tom on the other day, Luke, it's a different experience, right? Because it's you and I are so familiar. We've got someone who we know, but we just don't know so intimately as the other person. So that makes it a very different experience, right? But I think you both summed it up. I think we've learned heaps, and it's not the end. It's just a bit of we're going to have a pause here. So I think, we've outgrown just the three of us sitting here. Like Joel said, I think there's some stuff we can do with other people, and there's some stuff that you've seen. Lukey's a megastar on YouTube, with his around the kicks, that sort of stuff. So Lukey, we're just holding Lukey back at the moment. So we're going to let Lukey go on.
Let me fly like an eagle. That's right.
No, I'm going to let you go. Eagles don't soar in packs, Lukey, and all that stuff. But hey, before I go, I've said it before, after the end of the episode, everyone's name's going to come up. I know Maxie's hating on me because I know I made him do it. But it's really important for me because I think this has been about our community. It's been about our sneaker guys. And the other thing is I want to thank Max,
Oh yeah.
We get to sit here and talk some shit. Max has hours after we finish.
Yeah.
So thank you, Maxie.
Maxie.
And
Great.
Maxie never wants to come on. So we were going to try and sneak him on now, but he didn't want to jump on. Maxie, if you wanted to get on, we wanted to get you on for the last bit. I made him come on a couple of spilling the kicks, but thank you, Max, for everything you've done for us. You're the one who keeps us together. You're the one who texts me halfway through the episode going, you've got to move it. We're going too slow. Get these guys on. Get Luke to stop talking. Get Joel to hurry up, get that game stuff going. But thank you, Max. If you made it this far, again, I thank you so much for listening to us over the last 4 seasons. We will be back. We're going to take a little bit of an extended break. We've talked about, a couple of months, so just to get some stuff done, but we're definitely coming back. So 2 shout outs I wanted to do. I wanted to thank Evan, who's been amazing the last couple of weeks helping me out. He's been one of our regulars. I think, Joel, you said he's listened to every single episode.
He's our biggest follower. Thank you, Evan. We appreciate it, buddy.
And we've put these right at the end, so you need to listen to the whole thing to hear us thank you. And another person I wanted to thank was Kingsley. He's our Canadian friend. He has been so great with his commentary to us and giving us some tips and hints. We're going to do something with him later on in the year. But yeah, so thank you to you two especially, and thank you to everyone else who's ever listened to all of us. Anyone who's listened to one of us, thank you so much. So that's all, Blokes, signing off for the moment. I will catch you really soon.